you stopping to do? What's going to get
Yeah.
done?
Well, the team here won the contest. So right after the first debate, we had the contest to see who could recruit the most volunteers, and the team here won. It was awesome. So I came in town. I'm checking the team out, seeing what I can do to be helpful, and then we're also going to go knock on some doors. So that way we're talking to voters, which we believe having that kind of grassroots presence in the state is what's going to help us win this congressional district.
And obviously, talk to me about the importance Omaha has and this District 2 vote will have in this election.
Extremely important. There's several different ways to get the 207 electoral votes. When you have a state like Nebraska where you can win the individual congressional districts, same in Maine, we're going to do everything we can to win. We feel very good about what's going on here and everything that we're seeing. The team has done a great job, and so with 29 days left, now it's all about turnout, and so that's where the ground game comes in. And so I'm excited to get on doors myself today, but the team is doing that every single day, and I think we're going to win this district.
Is that, really a target this year to try to get that vote in this district?
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if you run different scenarios where she can get to 269 electoral votes. So if you get that one electoral vote, it could put her, make her president of the United States. So it's absolutely a target for us. That's why we've had staff here on the ground since the general election started, and looking forward to these next 29 days.
Yeah. Gotcha. So talk to me about, targeting millennials.
Yeah.
I know that was a huge thing, President Obama got them and Bernie Sanders got them.
Yeah.
Do you feel that Hillary Clinton is doing a good job at getting them to stay engaged and will get them to turn out come election day?
It's a really good question. And I think, ever since the beginning of this campaign, we've done everything we can to reach out to millennials. And first and foremost, that starts with policy. They want to know that, as the economy moves forward, that they're going to be able to get a job when they finish school or, go straight into whatever their trade's going to be. And so we've been focusing on the policy, and we're going to continue to do that. I think we've seen since the general election started, more and more support from millennials. They're getting more and more excited every single day. And so everything we can do to reach out to them, whether it be on the door, on the phone, but also through digital communications, which we have a great digital team that's using social media to reach out to millennials. It's a key part of our strategy, and one thing that we're going to continue to do for the next 29 days.
And confident that, the millennials will get out and vote, that they won't just stay home.
I think they're going to come out. I really, really do. I think everything that we're seeing so far, some states are already voting early. You have states like Florida, where absentee ballot requests are coming in, North Carolina, Iowa, not too far away, is already starting to cast ballots. And what we've seen is we believe there's a surge in turnout, and it could be higher than 2012. And I think we're going to see a large portion of millennials as a part of the voting population.
Do you feel that Donald Trump has a good ground game?
Well, we're absolutely doing a better job. I think if you look at congressional district like here where we're at right now, but if you look at states across the country, we have more offices, more staff, more volunteers, more of a presence, and we believe in actually having one-on-one conversation with voters versus Donald Trump, who one, we haven't seen much of a presence in really anywhere as I travel across the country, but you mentioned the party having to do a lot of work for him, and we've seen the party start to abandon him in the past 48 hours, which I'm glad that they finally caught up to what the rest of us have known. So we definitely have a ground advantage, and I think that's going to play out here over the next 29 days.
Obviously, there's been a lot of GOP withdrawing. Do you think the goal is to try to get those GOP members to vote for Hillary Clinton?
Well, I think we've seen from our campaigns since day one of the general election, we've been trying to reach out to everyone. So obviously, we have a lot of support from the Democratic Party, but we've also rolled out different Republicans, such as former Senator John Warner of Virginia, who have shown that we are building a broad coalition, because you want someone who's going to go in and pull people together when they get to Washington to actually fight for them. So we've done that since day one. Again, I think Republicans see where this train is heading right now and at his flailing candidacy, and so people are trying to jump off the ship. And it's again unfortunate that it takes what happened this past few days versus many of the things that he said throughout his whole candidacy and frankly throughout his whole life. And so we will do everything we can to earn support of folks who are considering not voting Republican, because again, people want someone who's going to go in and fight and not get into this party, but think about who's actually going to go and fight for me every single day, and that choice is clear.
Do you think Governor Ricketts actually showing that cancellation and stuff will have an impact on Omaha voters?
I do. I think in general, Omaha voters are rejecting the vision that Donald Trump has for the country, and I think that again, you see Governor Ricketts is rejecting that also, but I think Omaha voters were already there. I think you're going to see that play out in these next 29 days, and so some of the party officials are all starting to leave him now. I think voters already kind of were attuned to what was going on, and they're going to continue to see what choices they have as we get close to Election Day. Definitely have tried to register more voters, keep watching the numbers and see where these trends go. I will encourage folks to also look at, a lot of millennials are not registering with the party, but they're supporting Secretary Clinton, so that's something else to look at when you look at voter registration. But from just a pure support level, we are seeing more and more support every day as you see this office here making phone calls, talking to voters across the entire district. That support is rising every single day, so that combined with additional registration, we think it's going to be a key to success.
With Omaha being, in District 2, being this important, area for you guys, do you think, Clinton or, even Kane will try to make another stop here?
Yeah, we hope to. We're looking right now over these next 29. We have a good thing about right now, we have a plethora of fantastic surrogates and principals who are out there traveling. Secretary Clinton, President Clinton, Tim Kaine, Bernie Sanders, President Obama, First Lady. So many good messengers. And so we're looking at all the places they can go over these next 29 days. I know it would be great to get someone back here as well to continue to bring the excitement that's building here over these next 29 days.
How is I know the office here kind of in North Omaha and the other office, right in South Omaha, trying to get, the African American and Latino vote.
Yeah.
How is that going? Because I know that's, been a target for the Hillary campaign. Talk about how that's going.
I think it's going really, really well. And it's something, since the beginning of this campaign, that has been a priority for the secretary, is reaching out to these communities, talking about issues that matter to these communities, particularly, again, the economy. That's one of the number one issues, and how to make sure that incomes start rising, wages are more fair, and it's not just for those at the top. And you've heard the secretary talk a lot about race on this campaign. She's talked about immigration reform. She's talked about criminal justice reform. So from our organizing side, we've taken that and tried to talk to voters one-on-one, and then also get out in the community or meet people where they are. That's the way from my point, but that's the motto of our organizing program. We don't expect them to come in our office. We got to go out and talk to them. So it's been going great. It's something we're going to, again, continue to push over these last few weeks ahead, and it's been a priority for the secretary since day one.
And when you guys are going out and door knocking and trying to get these voters, to either vote for your party or registered, are you getting responses? Are you getting, are they talking? Are they slamming the door in your face? What's it kind of like?
You get a little bit of everything, but absolutely, most people are excited that someone is taking the time out of their day to come talk to them about what's at stake. And I say this all the time. A lot of you hear the TV ads, you got all that stuff, but nothing beats a face-to-face conversation where you actually can talk about what's at stake and actually pull people also into the process. The more people are actually involved in the process and participate in government, the more good that we can do. So that's our ultimate goal: is to pull people in the process, get people to be engaged in what's going on, and people are excited when you come to the door. They get a chance to have that conversation. It's good.
How do you guys think it went last night? Considering the last 72 hours.
Well, I thought she did great. I thought Donald Trump had to come into this debate and try to knock her off her game in order to save his flailing campaign, and he wasn't able to do that. I think she showed poise. I think she focused on the issues. She actually talked to the people who were asking questions, and she had specific policies to address their concerns. And on the flip side, you had a candidate who disagreed with his vice president, continued to double down on just baseless attacks, and showed again the American people why he does not have the temperament to be president of the United States. So the choice last night to me, again, was clear. I thought she did a really good job of laying out that vision, having a conversation, and showing that she has, for 30 years, been fighting for Americans, been in public service for over 30 years, versus someone for over 20 years who's been denigrating women and hasn't paid his taxes.
The jail comment, you'd be in jail. reaction from the party or even, Hillary Clinton herself? How do you respond to something like that in a presidential debate?
When they go low, we go high. Simple as that. Again, his whole night was baseless lies, baseless attacks, and you know, so we tried to stay above it because Americans want to hear about who's going to go in and work on the problems that they care about, not a lot of the things you heard from Donald Trump last night.